Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Mary Jo here. I'm doing the solar return for Aries for 2018. I'm just going to do the modified Celtic cross. I won't have the full column, but this is going to be a brief overview for your year. Anyone who's Aries, sun, moon, ascendant, maybe you have a stellium of planets in Aries, so you're Aries centric. Okay, or even if your North Node is in Aries, so this might help you. And like I said, it's general readings, it's a brief overview, so hopefully it'll give you some insight into the year that's coming. All right, so I am using my Gilded Tarot deck. So we start with the Nine of Wands. So many of us have had a rough year, and I can attest to that being an Aries sun. It's really been rough. I mean, the last many years that I've had a lot of transits and aspects have been forcing me to grow and evolve. But you definitely have been feeling it. You're weary from the battle here. You feel like you just can't take it anymore. You're about to give up. You really feel so stressed and exhausted. It's where you're feeling drained in every essence of you. You don't have the ideas you had before. Any ideas you have aren't working out. You're second guessing some of the things that you're doing. Maybe you're considering that you've been making mistakes and you don't even trust yourself any longer. Like I said, it depends on everyone how the aspects are hitting you. There's a lot of things being forced for us to evolve and grow in our lives. So here as an Aries, being someone who wants to always push forward, how dare you stop me? You know, that you want everything to go as planned. You want everything to be right and be perfect. You've been struggling. Now this is like our soldier of fortune here. We see this knight is on bended knee. He's kind of holding on for dear life. Actually, maybe even just to hold himself in that knee position, to his wand, his stave, his staff. This is a really good idea. There are times in our lives where it's told to forge ahead. And there are times in our lives that Spirit is saying it's time to take a knee, take a breath. All of these things you have accomplished in your life, or even maybe in the last year, you're not looking at right now because you're only focused on this one last and final victory or push. You need to stop and look at what you've accomplished. This is really hitting me home right now too, what Spirit's saying. Because we don't often give ourselves credit for what we have accomplished. We only look at what we didn't do, what we failed at, what didn't work out. It is really time for us to say, hey, job well done. Look at the effort I put into this, my ideas, my energy, my love, my creativity, and that I did accomplish these things. So for now, maybe it's time for us to take that rest, that break, recharge ourselves. You know, especially with our solar return, we have the energy renewing that the sun comes back to the exact same moment in our lives that we took our first breath. And at that time, as the sun does that, it is again that we are reborn, where we take that first breath of new life again. So try and look at this if you can, and if it would help you, that all the accomplishments for the past year, whether we appreciate what we accomplished or not, they are done. They are behind us. You can give them credit, or you can just keep beating yourself up. But these are the people, places, and things in our lives that took our energy, our ideas, our creativity, or shared them with us. A job, social situations, work, co-workers, parents, siblings, strangers. That's a lot of energy if you think about what you have intermingled with during that year. So for this time with the 9, we're saying it's coming to a close. That's in the past, okay? Be grateful for what it was, let it go. And if you can't be grateful for it, that's okay, because there might be a time when you are. So for a lot of us, this is like there's the one final push, this one thing we're working on that we feel like we're going to be there. I'm there, I made it. That new job, that career, the engagement, the wedding, the car, the house, whatever it is you've been working on, that piece of music, you want to get signed, you're a band, you know, or you have some artwork. that you want to sell. Whatever this is that you've been putting all your energy into, it will be coming. Right now, it is the period of this phase ending in our lives. And I like that it's in the past position because the 9 is the ending. It is the past year closing out and saying goodbye. Now, what's coming up at hand, though, with this here 3 of Swords, we definitely are saying goodbye to something in our life. The 3 of Swords is separation. Could be a heartbreak, you leaving a job. You're retiring, and maybe you're feeling a little upset about that. You're leaving a job you love. Wow, how many people could say that they loved what they did for a living? Or it could even be a separation of you and a person. Maybe somebody's moving away that's your bestie, your family member. Or maybe someone that you love is going to be taking a job that you won't see them as much, or they are going to be working away from home. There's many things. It does not always mean that it's a heartbreak and a separation. The 3 of Swords does indicate something between the heart and the mind that is, let's see, a difficult thing to handle. Now, the Swords are the mental realm. So you're thinking heavily about this. You see, this is all clouded and convoluted. That's very difficult for an Aries because they like to see things clearly. They want to forge ahead. They're not going to deal with all the pain and suffering right now. Their body's just going to keep going and pushing. And then, you tend to crash and break down for maybe a day or a week, and all of a sudden you're rejuvenated. That's the life energy of an Aries. We are that regenerative energy. So for some of us, it is talking about right now you're worried about this separation. For some of you, it is love. You're torn between staying with someone and leaving them, or they left you and you're heartbroken. And it could even be a loss of a loved one that they've crossed over. And if that is the case, dear ones, my sincerest condolences. Things will clear for you. The sun is there at the center of the heart. That's the life force, that life energy. And this 3 is, you're still doing work. You've accomplished things, but you feel like, you wanted to be complete. And for many of you, you're feeling like the choice I make to complete things for the next step is this, ending this situation. Others of you are going to be convoluted. You're not sure what you should do. You're at this kind of like stalemate situation. And you're not thinking clearly because your heart is panging. You feel that thumping in your chest, that you feel it inside of you, that every time you think about it, it causes this heart reaction. So if that's the case, then it could be a time when you really need to clear the air, ground yourself, okay, before you make any choice or decision into the next step. Now, like I said, it's not always the end of the world. It could be some of you are breaking up with somebody that you love, and you don't see it right now that it is something that down the road will be something that's part of your storyline. And I know it's going to hurt for now, but it will pass. And for others, it will be the job separation from friends. You're torn. You don't know if you should stay with this job or not. You have a choice between jobs, and you're really attached to it in one way or another, or a home that you're forced to leave, or you're going to move. You see, this is what this card's talking about, a separation of you and something you're very attached to, and mentally you're not clear-headed on this, and your heart is really pulling at you. So you have this inner conflict. But what's covering here in the situation is the Page of Swords. Now with this deck, the sword is down. Now this is usually a card of news. The news will be delayed. So we know that there's going to be a pause here. And I'm looking at this, and it might not be until 3 months into your solar return. All right, so for many of you, things are not going to move forward with this situation for a couple of months. And with the page, it is messages. So we do have these delays in messages. You're not hearing the news that you want to hear, or it might be that even in a legal situation, you're not getting word of what you wanted to do to go forward, or it could even be that you're just not even getting anywhere right now. This is a period of waiting, they're saying. This, even though it's going to be difficult for you, it's going to be a period that you need to wait and let this all clear, because things are not clear. Now, if it is you with a relationship, you're not going to be hearing from this person, or there'll be delays. They didn't answer my texts, my phone calls, etc. This person could have a very childish energy too, because if we look at this as a child under 18, usually our Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, they are immature. And for you, this is something you're heartbroken over for this immature person. This person doesn't have the experience or the capability to have the experience of a committed relationship. And if it is with your job or your health or whatever else it is, this page is usually very clear-headed, logical and methodical. They might be even a little aloof and cool, for a child, but they're in their mental realm. So for many of you, if it isn't a child like that we're talking about, this is the energy that you could take on. For right now, clear your head and really watch and learn, like the page watches and learns. They are the novice, the squire. And it could be very helpful for you too in this situation. You are protected. You do have these columns around you in this archway. The blue for me is knowledge. This is a situation you're really growing and learning from. So sometimes no news is good news, they're saying. Now, here in the foundation of the situation, this person is either our Cancer, Scorpio, or Piscean energy. Usually it's a male, father figure. They're very intuitive, psychic even. They feel things. They can be very empathic. They can sense what's wrong. You don't seem right today. That kind of energy. And to me, they're over 35. They could be a little younger if they're mature. Their age is maybe not as much as their maturity is. That they could be someone who's even 32, but wow, they have the wisdom of a 40-year-old. But they usually love the sea. Maybe they like jet skis, fishing, the boat, the lake, the river, the ocean. They do like to be by the water. They're very good at, sensing things and manifesting things into their world. They can feel things even around them that you might not understand and sense and know. They might even be somebody who's in, let's say, as a tarot reader, a psychic, even a healer with their hands, other modalities of healing. They could also be someone who's in the medical field, artists, somebody who creates beautiful things, music, etc. Now in the foundation, this person, if this isn't you, this could be the energy you need to take on with this situation. Someone who's more feeling and intuitive, you're tapping into your inner divination, really focusing, on that cup, that grail, as to what's going to be in there. What am I bringing into my life? It also could be someone who's influencing the situation or involved in the situation for you. And that's the core and the foundation of what's going on as an overview in your life this year. This person could be someone who's entering your life or in your life that's going to help you a lot this year. And like I said, they have that mystical energy to them of the Cancerian, the Scorpion, and the Piscean person, because they do have that deep spirituality and sensitivity. Let's see what else. They are very empowered. I'm looking at their clothing, Let's see what else we have here. This person could be someone who's going to help you with your creative all-spark, your energy. Where here you were drained and here you're not clear. This person could help you bring back all of that creativity, and that's empowering for you. You need your energy. As Aries, we need to just keep feeling like we can keep going. This person is going to be someone who will help you with that situation. Now, if it's a love information, love type, this is like the ideal man for a woman. The ideal man. He's loving, he's dreamy, he's romantic. It's invitations to love. Like I said, he's very sensitive. He knows how you feel. You don't have to say a word. And even if it's a woman, for some people that she has a very strong sense of herself, as her masculine energies as well as her feminine energies are balanced, that she's more of the person who comes up like the male energy, very mental realm, thinking, creating things. That's what the energy of the king is. He has all these ideas, he's that mental realm, but this one is in touch with his heart center, the water, the emotions. So he is very dreamy, very helpful, very loving, great father figure too. And on the situation here, there's a lot of learning going on here. This is a good time for you to be introspective. With the Hermit card, we know it is about finding our inner light. This is a major arcana, okay, number 9. So we have a 9 here and a 9 here with things endings for you, passing and something new beginning. And it's coming down on here. So maybe you're learning a valuable lesson with this situation that's going on in your life the first 3 to 5 months, and especially even with this person. Because the Hermit talks about trusting the inner light, knowing the path even though it's not carved out for you, trusting you are not going to fall or fail, even though you can't truly see as well as you'd like to. This is a time of coming out from that hermetic phase that you were in, where you had to wait and pause, rest. This is the time the Hermit comes out of his cave. Every night he goes out with his lantern and he spends time with nature. So he gets to know himself better. But after a period of time that ends, he comes back out into the world with the wisdom that's within him. His inner divination, his inner light, his spirituality, God, universe, all that knowledge and healing. Because the Hermit card is actually Virgo. And Virgo is about your healing. Okay, it's the 6th house. It's your daily routine, mundane things, but is your health. This is wholeness in the form. All right, so where here you were drained and you were beaten. So you figure physically you're beaten down, mentally, emotionally. This is the time when you're going to rejuvenate and regenerate yourself, and you come out very much stronger and wiser. And you're not so concerned about where the road is leading. It's just about that you're on the road. Now that's really what it's about for you this year. It doesn't matter. You're going to get to the journey's end. We all are. It's just everyone's path is going to be different, and who you're going to meet along the way in that path. This card is talking about you having the peace and knowledge and knowing, I know I'm going to get to my goal. But right now, I'm not focused on getting there as much as I am in the journey, in the now. And this is very important. We as Aries tend to always think about the next step. Before we're finished, doing what we were working on, we're already on to the next project. And a lot of us have 4 or 5 things on the coal. And then we're overwhelmed. We don't always finish things because we're already ready to go to the next thing, especially if we didn't have the patience to wait for this to happen and get the results that we wanted instantly or the best way. We're ready to go on to the next thing. So this is definitely about going within ourselves and really buttoning up and tying off loose ends, because Virgo is very discerning. Virgo is very analytical. Virgo is perfection. All right, so this is what will be happening for a lot of us this year. Now, everything is going to be different with your planets and how you're aspected. We do have Saturn in Capricorn. So any of us that have a strong Saturn placement, like I have my 2nd Saturn return, a lot is happening for me. People with Saturn in your North Node, or people even have Saturn in Aries. There's a lot of learning going on, a lot of lessons for us, and there's a lot of hard work going on. So with this card here, Virgoans love to do the work because they do it with perfection. They do it when they truly analyze things. They think things through. This is that clear head that here you weren't having. This is that clear head. And then with the outcome here, overall, this is really nice. This is the card of love. The Ace of Cups is true love and happiness. This is invitations to love, going out. This is traveling, being with wonderful people who love you and appreciate you truly for who you are. This is your emotions felling, that overflow. See, all the emotions, every phase in your life, you're feeling joy. Whether it's your health and love, if it's luck, blessings, money, family, friends, travel, a house, anything that you can feel the pleasures of. Because this card is not about really the tangible things in life. It's how you feel about the things in life. This is what money can't buy. I feel loved. I feel complete. I feel happy. I feel blessed. I feel successful. These are the things that this cup can bring you. And with all this gold here, there's going to be a lot of transformation for a lot of us Aries this year. Truly a lot of transformation. We're going to be transmuting all this negative energy or things that didn't serve us, that clouded our heads. The impatience, oh my God. Not wanting to wait that we start something new, jumping from the pan to the fire. This card is going to be by the end of our solar return before, let's say for next year, by 19. So January of 19, you're going to start feeling this. It could be many of us meeting someone to fall in love with and have a true, healthy, loving relationship with, renewing a relationship that wasn't going that well. For, many of you that have a relationship already, this could be a beautiful healing. It could be celebrating, taking your vows again, a hand fasting ceremony, 25th wedding anniversary. The retirement, this is joy and bliss in whatever phase of your life that you will feel that you need it in, because each one of us have something different that we're wishing for and wanting and desiring in our life. But when this card comes up, the Ace of Cups, to me, it's the hand of God intervening and saying, I've been watching you, and I see your struggles, and I see what you want, and I see the work you're putting into this, and I know this is what you want. This is when God hands you the cup to make things easier and blesses you in your life. And then I always look at the bottom of the deck here, and for the secret of the deck, we have the sun. Now, isn't that beautiful? It is your solar return. The sun is our life force and energy. This is success. It's a great marriage and relationship. This is the crowning glory, like you say, okay, I graduated. I did all that work. That phase is over now. I've got the great job, the corner office. I'm making the money I wanted. I'm successful on YouTube. I had the baby. My daughter's married or engaged. Anything in your life pertaining to you and your family, this is illumination, epiphanies, blessings. This is when everything lines up for you in the universe, and you have blessings and energy, like that Jupiterian energy of a great benefic and great blessings. So hopefully that this year will be a beautiful one for you in a renewed sense of energy, but in a maturity of our impatience and having guidance spiritually, whether it is someone in the physical or in the unseen. You might even have a family member who's crossed over that's going to be helping you, guiding you. This is your angel's guides, ascended masters. For everyone, it's different, but it's a beautiful year. And I hope you enjoy it. Happy birthday and happy solar return. Again, it's a general reading. If you'd like a personal reading, I'm happy to do that. You can just email me at the address below. You can also IM me or DM me on Instagram or Facebook at Enchantress Tarot. I'd be happy to do that for you. You could do it by Skype or phone, or we could do it in person. Some people like to FaceTime, whatever works for you. But do enjoy your birthday, Aries. And as always, I wish you the best.